Well, here's something that I don't think we've ever spoken about, and that is television. This is not a campaign in support of watching television. However, I realize that a lot of people out there are watching television, and I was pretty much astounded about what happened on television just last week. On one night last week, Sunday night, a lot of people watching television, and those of you out there who were watching, I don't know what you were watching. Was it Celebrity Apprentice or SpongeBob or 60 Minutes or The Simpsons, whatever it may be? But believe it or not, the most highly rated program that night on all of television was a miniseries called The Bible. That's right. On the History Channel, there's a new miniseries called The Bible, and a lot of people tuned in. Like over 14 million people tuned in. It was the highest rated program of the evening and the highest rated cable program of the year so far. Now, that was pretty surprising to me. People can watch all kinds of sporting events and wrestling, if you call that a sporting event. And they could watch all kinds of programs, and more people than any other show watched the Bible. To me, I think it was a little bit encouraging that there are people out there who the closest thing they got to watching the Bible was watching a show called The Big Bang Theory, which I think has nothing to do with the Bible, although I've never seen it. But the Bible, people are watching about what the Bible is all about. That might be encouraging. Maybe people are starting to think and starting to set their priorities right. But I am reminded of what my good friend Kalman Packhouse said recently, and that is that there are three types of people in this world. There are those people that make things happen, and then there are those people that watch things happen, and then there are those people who just stand back and say, what happened? So maybe this is like the second type of people, people who watch what happened. Yes, it's a great thing starting to get interested. It can spur our interest, just like people watching this blog or looking at H.com, etc. The question is, how do you go from step 2 to step 1? And that's how do you make things happen? How do you take those 14 million people or more who are watching about the Bible and actually get them to do something about it, actually get them to study? What is it that it would take? What would it take to get those people who are watching, showing some interest, to actually do more than just watch, but do something that is really meaningful? Yes, they might be interested. They might be saying that we want some meaning in our life, purpose in our life. What can we get them to make them into something that is really doing something of not just watching the Bible? That's this week's question. It is, as you know, as usual, something to think about.